We interrupt your programming for exciting news. The Daredeviler takes flight this summer. Strap in and hold tight as you soar over new heights at Canada's Wonderland.
Alrighty, I have a really exciting update for you guys today. This is actually awesome. I'm so excited for the announcement that Canada's Wonderland has just made because it confirms so many things that have been on everyone's mind. But before I get into it, I'm going to quickly self-promote, and we are hosting a private event at Canada's Wonderland on 2 days this year. So on May 14th, we have 3 hours of back-to-back ride time on Fury and Leviathan for just $69.99. So that's insane. That's 3 hours of private ride time after the park closes on May 14th for $69.99. The link will be down below. Check it out. But if you are looking for our full day event on September 12th, we have 2 tours in the morning before the park opens, as well as 1 hour of Yukon Striker ride time before the park opens, a park Q&A with a game. So we have 2 hours in Canterbury Theatre, and then we have 2 hours of exclusive ride time after the park closes on Fury and Leviathan, and that is just $144.99 before taxes. So those are 2 events this year. They were a huge hit last year. We're not even lying about that. Everyone who attended loved them and said they were amazing. So we had to upgrade our one LRT event to 3 hours instead of 2 hours to try it out. And then we have our big event on September 12th. So link down below and check it out. But let's get back into it. So Canada's Wonderland just announced the Daredeviler. That is replacing, in quotations, I guess, replacing or revamping Flight Deck. So for those of you that don't know, because we haven't been allowed to talk about it, Flight Deck is receiving new trains. From what we're hearing, new track segments as well to enhance specific targeted sections of Flight Deck. And it's going to be getting a World Expo theme. So this is the exciting part, the really exciting part for me as someone who's been really dying to see that part of the park get rethemed and developed into its whole history that it was supposed to be and used to be. I'm really excited. So the Daredeviler is taking flight this summer, so it will not be open with the park when the park opens. They are still waiting, from what I understand, on new track segments that have not shown up at the park. I do have all the important construction updates that you guys have missed in this video, so don't worry. You're going to get to see some of the things that we haven't been able to show and have been showing on our Patreon. There are other exciting things taking place in the park that we are also showing on our Patreon. So self-promo again. Join us on Patreon to show unannounced things that Canada's Wonderland is working on. But this is really exciting because this, in my opinion, confirms that we are going to be seeing a lot of upgrades coming to World Expo. And we know that Wonderland was kind of surveying a RMC or a Mach Extreme Spinner, the RMC being a world record breaker and the Mach Extreme Spinner just being a Mach Extreme Spinner, not breaking any records. But that makes sense because Great Adventure is building the world record-breaking Mach Extreme Spinner. With that being said, I definitely fully suspect that that is going to take place in the Time Warp in Kingswood's Wonderland. We have a video coming out for you guys very shortly. What perfect timing. What perfect timing that video is going to be dropping soon. It should be any day now. But as you can see, Flight Deck has been getting a lot of surveying, a lot of welding. They've completely gutted the electronics of the ride. They've replaced the lift chain of Flight Deck as well. It is going to be getting a paint job from what I understand. I fully suspect that with the World Expo retheme. And the new name change and all that. It's quite interesting because they just put up that new queue wait time sign, or that park sign just out the ride themed to Flight Deck. So now they're going to have to retheme that as well. But here they are, and this is what you would call targeted welding. So this is them welding the track to kind of extend its life. Now, this process takes place at every theme park in the world, on every major ride, every ride in the world, and including even like massive structures, like city structures. So this is a process where they have to basically go in and they re-weld, check all the welds, and completely just kind of add, in dumbed-down terms, just add steel around a section of the ride and weld it back in, melt it down, and strengthen that part of the track. It prolongs the life of these structures and these rides for much longer, and it allows for a much more comfortable ride experience. Again, this takes place everywhere, on every ride at Disney World, Universal, Six Flags, any park you could imagine. So that's just something that not everyone might know, and I thought would be cool. But yeah, so they have been surveying while doing this, and by surveying, I'm talking about they bring that little laser scanning machine, and it just ensures that the job is being done accurately and nothing is being changed about the ride, and everything is still in the right place in dumbed down expression of what's going on. So that was about a 2-week process for those of you that weren't on Patreon. So they were welding the track, doing all that. From what I understand now, it has slowed down a lot. So this is older footage. This is February 5th that you're looking at right now, that they were doing all this welding. The trains have been completely taken apart and they are elsewhere. There are new trains with much better, more comfortable over-the-shoulder harnesses where your head won't hit. So for those of you that don't know much about roller coasters, because this channel does have a mix, you will have a much more comfortable ride experience on Flight Deck. So your head will not be hitting the shoulder restraints, which for those of you that have earrings or have been getting denied to ride because you have earrings this specific last season, that won't be taking place anymore. There's a new lift chain that I talked about. All the brakes and electronics have been removed. There's going to be new flash gates in the station, and I suspect new theming as well. So maybe I hope they don't get rid of the fighter jet, although they're going to have to based off of the theme. That fighter jet has been around, and for those that don't know, it was actually built in-house by their sign department. They have a very talented sign department at Canada's Wonderland that builds a lot of these signs that you see in the park, and that is one of those things that the sign department at Canada's Wonderland had built. So it'll be sad to see it go, but it kind of has to based on the theme. It'll be a little weird having a fighter jet in like a World Expo older themed section of the ride. There are a lot of other new little things going on too. I'll keep that for an everything new video that'll come out maybe an hour after this video. But again, I am suspecting about some new track segments for Flight Deck. There's been some rumors of like 7 track pieces, but that is, take that with a huge grain of salt. I'm just suspecting some new track pieces, and that could be even wrong. But based off of their press release, it does look like there might be some new track pieces at some specific sections of the ride, and especially since it has a confirmed summer opening, and based off of what I've been seeing, a lot of this other work has finished, and it almost seems stagnant on site, as if they're waiting for some new pieces of track to arrive. Yeah, so I'm trying to think if you guys have missed anything else, but I really don't think so. It has been a very slow process with the Flight Deck renovation. Mostly just all the old systems for Flight Deck have been changed because you have new trains. You have to change it to those new trains. The welding of the track, the new lift chain, the new trains. I think I said that many times over. And yeah, the things that aren't confirmed that we do suspect are some new track segments that should be arriving. So those will be coming hopefully soon. It is a summer opening, so they do have time to play with, as well as a new paint job, new theming, maybe in the queue line, and maybe a new like sound system for the ride, well, with onboard audio, not onboard audio, the spieling that you would get on the brake run and the lift hill and all that. So outside of that, it's mostly just been, the maintenance taking apart the ride. And I believe it's maintenance. I can't tell. It doesn't look like a third-party company. Usually you could tell by the trucks that the people are driving in and around Wonderland. It looks like it's been mostly a Wonderland job as well as Hartwell. And then they do have one group of third-party contractors that have been doing the welding. That's all I've noticed so far. And so that's all I have for you guys right now. The ride did have survey markings. The entire World Expo has been surveyed as well. This aligns with the direction that the park has been kind of hinting that they're going to head for World Expo. And this just solidifies what our next coaster, the location of it, is going to be, in my opinion. World Expo is a very dead section of the park. Too many people flood the Elpin Fury and Leviathan area, and this end of the park, like a lot of the rides don't even open with the park right away, and rides like Yukon Striker and Behemoth are almost walk-ons in that first hour of the park opening. So major investment over here in such a large-scale section of the park as well would be the smartest decision that the park could make for future and further development. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good one. Bye.